Okay, so if you're going away to J1 this summer and you don't want to put on your J1 Tonne or put on too much body fat when you go away, definitely watch this full video. Okay, I got a great question during the week from my Facebook Live asking a girl that was saying that she's going on the J1 visa, which is basically the college visa when you go to America and work there for the summer, how she can avoid the J1 Tonne, which is basically where you put on a load of weight when you go on a J1. I've been on 3 of them, so I know exactly what it's like to that J1 Tonne, because all you're doing is eating American food, which is fucking amazing. The high fatty foods, a lot of restaurants and fast foods in large parts of America, and a lot of drinking and alcohol, which can lead to the J1 Tonne. There's a couple of things you can do that can hack your body's, your actual weight gain that you'll have when you're on your J1 Tonne. The first J1 I did actually got in better shape, even though I was drinking every night, because it was the first time I was kind of experienced to that fitness environment when I was in the San Francisco Bay Area, where it was very, very healthy. So depending on where you go on your J1, you're going to have a little bit more ease of access to healthier foods. If you're on the West Coast and in California, you're going to have a lot more access to better restaurants and better foods than, say, on the East Coast. That's a little bit harder to come by, and they're not as there's not as many shops and stores and restaurants that have clean eating foods, from my experience. So number one thing you need to do is make sure that your nutrition doesn't go overboard when you go away. The number one thing that I find that happens with J1 people, and I have J1 people and college students coming through my online program, is the ease of accessibility to the fast food restaurants out there. Like, they're pretty easy to get here, but they're really easy to get in America because they're nearly everywhere and on every corner. So what I would do is do not get into the habit of eating fast food every single day, because that's where the J1 Tonne largely comes from, is because there's an ease of access and they're on every corner, and there's different pizza shops and different things like that, and it just becomes very, very easy. And those foods, saturated fats and or trans fatty acids more so, are really addictive to the body. That's why people that eat fast food find it very hard to come off it, because it's addictive to your body. So if you get into that habit and do it every day for a week, you're going to find that you're doing it nearly every day for the month. So the number one thing is to make sure that you don't get pulled into that, and you don't get pulled into eating fast food every single day. The next thing is source out good restaurants, because there's so many restaurants in the States, they're normally at a very affordable price. Like, a lot of people, because of the way the accommodation falls in large parts of the States, there are a lot more restaurants because people don't have massive cooking facilities. So the price of food is actually a lot cheaper in restaurants out there. What you got to be careful is the portion control and the portion size. But if you locate 5 or 6 of your favorite restaurants, just rotate around them. Like, what I found in my J1 was, even though I had no money and I was working in the summer, I was still able to eat out in restaurants, because it was nearly as cheap to eat in the restaurant as it was to actually buy the food in Safeway or wherever it was and cook it at the house. So what I would do is find your 5 or 6 restaurants and then just rotate between those, and then opt for your grilled chicken, your fish, your salads, your veg, your loads of different things that are going to support you and not getting massively overweight. The next thing is going to be alcohol. Because it's so free flowing on a J1, like, I lived in a fraternity house, it's so free flowing and there's parties nearly every single night. Just give yourself the advantage of going with like a light beer. Like, I remember we used to drink like natural ice or natty ice, whatever it was called, and there was a light version which was half the calories. We just used to drink that because you were cutting down on your calories, even though you were drinking nearly every single night. You were able to cut down on calories by drinking that and vodka and, say, a Diet 7-Up or whatever it was. So even though you were drinking 3, 4, 5 nights a week, your calories were down lower, so you weren't actually going to put on that J1 Tonne, that extra stone or 2 stone that people get when they go away on holidays or go away on the J1, which is kind of a holiday. So number one, you're going to be your nutrition, making sure you're not eating out in fast foods all the time. Number 2 is going to be your alcohol, that you're using light beers and clear liquids. And then the third then is try and keep some form of training program. So if it's classes or an online program you're following, or going to the gym, or just buddying up with a friend and going to whatever football training or soccer or hurling or whatever it is, or camogie, whatever it is that you want to play or whatever you want to do over there, just staying active and even just walking everywhere is going to keep you active and keep a lot of the weight down, because at least your calorie output is going to be higher because you're moving around all the time. What happens with a lot of people, and you can lose weight on a J1 because you generally probably don't have a car. I'm not sure if you're driving now, but because you have to walk everywhere, you're constantly exercising, keeping your heart rate up and moving everywhere. So as long as you keep your nutrition on point and you don't go too crazy with alcohol, you're going to be active because you're going to be walking everywhere. So they're kind of the main 3 things to avoid the J1 Tonne without actually affecting your experience. Like, a J1's an incredible thing to do. You're going to have an amazing time. You're going to meet people that you will know and contact 10 years from now. You're going to have an amazing time. I've got friends that I met on my J1 who I've still met when I was in London, and they were from all over the world, because people travel on J1s or their equivalent, and you'll meet friends that you're going to have for the next 10 years. So you don't want to go over there and completely miss out on the parties and the food and the experience. But they're just a few hacks that are going to allow you not put on the J1 Tonne, so you don't have 2 stone to lose when you come back. So I hope this video helps. If you know anyone going on a J1, guy or girl, tag them below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, I'll be replying to comments in the next 24 hours. Enjoy your J1.